Welcome to the Nautic broadcast by Fountaine Pajot, the exclusive Nautic online program. Who hasn't dreamt of having a multi-purpose catamaran on which you can chill on the fly deck as well as cross the Atlantic? Today, we welcome Caroline Sorlu, Deputy Commercial Director for Fountaine Pajot, and Erwan de Villefroy, Product and Operational Marketing Manager, joined slightly later by Vincent Legault, Technical and Design Office Director for Core Range Sailing Catamarans. Caroline, the question we would like to ask you today is, do you have a blue water cruising catamaran at Fountaine Pajot?
Yes, we do, Amélie. Actually, we have a very complete range of sailing yachts, 8 sailing yachts from the 40 to the 80 feet. And all of them are designed for blue water cruising. But I would like today to speak more specifically about one model, the Tanna 47, because she ticks many boxes.
And which boxes are those?
Well, first of all, she was awarded by the Cruising World magazine Best Boat of the Year 2023, and a jury of professionals. Mm-hmm. But also because, she can be sailed in many programs as a couple or as a big family. She can be chartered. So yeah, I think it's a very complete boat.
Erwan, maybe you can talk to us about why this boat can be adapted to different sailing programs.
Yes, that boat has a very huge living space. I mean, if we start with the salon and cockpit, more than 35 square meters, it's quite huge and makes only one volume when sliding doors is open. Mm-hmm. You have two layouts. You have one master layout with the huge cabin, master cabin, and also the quintet layout with the 5th cabin with bunk beds. And it is the best when you have children, for example, and also in charter. It's unique on that size. And thirdly is the forepeak on starboard side. In the front, in standard, it can be huge storage space. You can transform it for workshop if you have a program for long cruising sailing, and also a cabin skipper, totally independent with its own toilets and of course beds.
So it sounds like it really can be adapted to different keepers and programs. Caroline, maybe you can tell us about the exterior layout.
Yes, regarding the exterior, one big asset of the boat is the flybridge, because you can have around 11 square meters of surface living space in the flybridge, which is unique for this size of boat. And also, you can have as an option 1,700 watts of integrated solar panel, which is huge and can provide a very big autonomy of the boat.
What do you mean by autonomy this case?
It means that you can cruise. You don't need to go to start the engine. This is the idea. The main idea is to have the autonomy regarding the energy. So with that power, it allows to run, for example, fridge, freezer, or electronics when you are at the moorings. It's not necessary to start the engine to charge batteries. Okay, so this is the target: is to have the maximum autonomy, with green power.
And without any noise or smells also. Yeah, okay. So we've talked about the layout of this very multi-purpose catamaran, but maybe our audience would like to hear about the sailing performances of the boat.
Yes, performances. For me, the most important is the average speed. I mean, when you cross the Atlantic, it's very important to have that average speed quite high. It allows for safety, to sail easily and in total comfort. Top speed doesn't mean something. You see, average speed is most important.
Great, thank you very much. Do you have anything to add?
Yes, if I may add something, Erwan, just would like to remind that most of the people working at the shipyard are sailors. And for us, when we think about a boat, its design, its seaworthiness, we always are looking for the right balance between performance and comfort. So definitely performance is part of the scheme.
Performance and comfort.
And comfort.
Thank you very much. We are now going to hear about the testimonies of owners who are going to tell us about their experience on the Tanna 47. And just after, we'll be joined by Vincent Legault, who will be telling us about really the conception, the fabrication of the Tanna 47.
To us, this is hull number 2. We already have a Sayona 47, which is present in New Zealand, which we plan to take up into the Pacific around the April-May timeframe of this year. We'll first go into Fiji, travel through that part of the world, then across to Noumea and then back to Australia, completing a circle that we kicked off. It'll take about 18 months from the time we left Sydney in Australia down to Tasmania, around there, then across to New Zealand, then up into the Pacific and then back home. We wanted a Mediterranean boat. We wanted to take delivery in La Rochelle from the factory, and this recording right now is coming to you. We're off the coast of Lisbon. We're in the Atlantic Ocean, heading south. We're probably a day or two away from the Gibraltar Straits, having left La Rochelle 5 days ago with a fantastic run across the Bay of Biscay and then down the Spanish and Portuguese coast. 26 years ago now, we sailed a monohull from Australia to the US. At the time, with a very young child. She was 15 months old when we left. She was about 3 years old when we got off the boat in the US, having crossed the Atlantic in 1997. We always said we'd do it again, but things get in the way. Work, 2 other kids. We're a family of 5. We have 3 children, all grown now. And my wife and I knew that it was time to re-kick this thing off. And why do you do that? Because life's too short. We've only got so many summers left. We've only got so many great seasons of good weather left. And it was important to us to seize the moment, and therefore we made the decision to buy a Fountaine Pajot catamaran, having done the monohull thing, and looked at the fact that what was important to us was a great sailing platform, but also a great social platform. One with plenty of space, one that novice sailors can get on board and participate, one that is stable, one that doesn't deliver a lot of surprises, one that's easy to handle, short-handed, and this boat is ideally that. One of the driving issues for me was the helm position. I love the centrally located helm where you're not too far from any piece of action, whether that's galley and cocktail action or whether that's sailing action up on the deck, or whether that's people sitting at sunset on the fly bridge, which is a massive feature of this boat. Also the fact that all the lines come neatly and organisedly back to directly in front of the helm, where an experienced sailor can stand in front of you and be reefing or hoisting spinnaker halyards or trimming sails or dropping travellers or pulling travellers up or whatever. Or, by the same token, an inexperienced sailor can be there doing that with you sitting right behind them. So the defining point for me for this boat was always the helm position. Other things were absolutely critical. Is my wife loves it. She absolutely loves this boat, loves the finishes, loves its sea kindliness, loves its way it sails, loves the accommodation, galley layout, the open plan. So for someone that's done a lot of miles herself, she was also interested in making sure that it was an easy boat to live aboard, to enjoy, and it certainly ticks all those boxes. The decision to go with Fountaine Pajot in the first place, and particularly with the E47, was very much driven by friends. Personal advice from people that were in the process of doing it. We have a number of friends, with one with an Aura 51, one with a Sona 47, and their experiences, particularly their experiences at the dealer level, their experiences with the factory, their experiences with warranty, their experiences and overall quality of the product really saved us a lot of time. The idea that no boat is perfect is true, but these go pretty close if you want to spend a lot of time on board, travel a lot of distance and sail far and fast. We're definitely going with one of these. So you don't spend a lot of time thinking about it. Buy a Tanna.
Thank you very much for sharing with us these beautiful testimonies. I understand that you were on the Tanna 47 a few days ago. So let's go for a walkthrough on the boat, followed shortly by the intervention of Vincent Legault.
We are here at Les Minimes Marina in La Rochelle on board the Tanna 47. And we wanted to take benefit of the delivery of this boat today to show you the boat for real and have a visit with us. Before starting, maybe Erwan, you can tell us some figures about the boat, maybe the length and the beam.
Yes, if we speak about the length, the boat nearly 14 meters length and the beam is 7.7 meters. And regarding the sail area and light displacement, can you give us a few numbers?
Light displacement is 14.7 tons. The draft also is very important. The draft is 1.2 meter. And you have a global mainsail and genera surface of 126 meters.
Let's have a look on the cockpit and the boat.
All right. We have here a very spacious cockpit, around 19 square meters, with many seats. First, you can have at this location a grill, an option. Obviously, it will reduce a little bit this bench. You also have this big table where you can have up to 10 guests, 12 with an optional extension here. You also have many storages in the cockpit, three big storages, one here, and one there. The fridge in the cockpit as an option, which is very also important. As you can see, this boat is being delivered with the tent that you can have in the cockpit, but also at the helm station. This tent is very practical and convenient when you also sail in cold waters or in countries where you need to be protected and to be kept warm inside the cockpit. And then, walking to the interior of the boat, what you can see is a very large opening door and window, more than 2 meters large actually. So you can see it looks like a very spacious one single space, so that you can communicate very easily with the galley, people in the galley, in the saloon, but also a very good communication with the helm station. Now, Erwan, can you tell us more about the saloon?
If we speak about the saloon, first of all, the living space, 15 square meters, it's quite huge, and with the large, here you can see it, a large galley who can communicate, as you say, Caroline, with the cockpit. A lot of storage. You can see them here. The oven, standard fridge, 190 liters, and you can have an extra freezer, 90 liters.
And here we have the saloon. Here you can see on the pictures, it's covered, protected due to the delivery. Regarding that saloon, one specific thing on our boat, it is the long city here. And two functions. One, of course, is the first one is the relaxing area. You can read a book, listen music, perfect. And if you have bad weather, you can also check the sails and control the autopilot through a tablet when you connect it just there. And from here, you have a perfect sea view through the hatches.
And here you have the table. And this one is the options. In standard, you have the coffee table. And in options, you can have the classic table. And here you can transform it in beds.
So the boat we are delivering today is a quintet layout, 5 cabin layout. You can either have a 3 cabin or 5 cabin layout with the Tanna 47. So today we have a quintet version, and on port side, on the Maestro version, you have the full hull layout as the Maestro cabin. On the Quintet version, you have 3 cabins with 1 in the middle with bunk beds. Let's have a look at it. So here you can see the cabin, the middle cabin with the bunk beds, when you can have a really nice and enjoyable location for children or for guests or for charter. And the bathroom of this cabin is just next to the door. This is what we have on port side. And now, Erwan, what do we have on starboard side?
On starboard side, it's quite simple. We have always the same layout. I mean, 2 guest cabins. Please have a look. So here we have one of the guest cabins with a large bed, 2 meters per 160, and also with its own toilet and separate shower. And it is really specific on the Tanna 47. It is the forepeak on starboard side. Here, the owners choose a skipper cabin. So that skipper will be totally independent. I mean, beds, toilet, with an access through the hatches. In standard, it can be a huge storage and can be transformed in workshop. So for long distance, for long cruising, if you cross the Atlantic or make the tour around the world, you can use it as a workshop.
And here we arrived in the aft starboard cabin, and the main thing is the brightness thanks to these 2 large windows and also good natural ventilations thanks to these 2 hatches.
So you saw the 2 guest cabin on starboard side, and now Caroline, can you explain us a little bit about the helm station?
Sure. So as we said, the helm station is located at mid-height of the boat, which allows a very good communication between the helm station, the cockpit, and the saloon. The cockpit is made of 2 areas. The first one is the helm station, a very ergonomic one, with all the electronics and the throttles. And the second area here, where you have all the winches, mainsail, Genoa, and the Traveller, so that you don't have to go to the mast. You can have all the maneuvers centralized and sail your boat. And here you have the lounge deck.
We are now welcoming Vincent Ligaud, who is going to explain why this boat is the perfect blue water catamaran. Bonjour Vincent.
Bonjour.
Vous allez nous expliquer aujourd'hui comment sont fabriqués les Tanna 47.
Alors le Tanna 47 est fabriqué comme tous les bateaux de la gamme Fountaine Pajot. Nous utilisons le process de l'infusion pour fabriquer les coques, le pont et les cloisons.
Et quels sont les avantages de ce process?
L'avantage de ce process, c'est l'homogénéité du composite, la maîtrise du poids et sa robustesse. Nous fabriquons également les cloisons en composite pour que l'échantillonnage soit adapté à sa structure, aux efforts du bateau. Toutes les cloisons principales sont restratifiées à la coque pour garantir un bon collage et éviter le grincement. D'autres éléments comme le carré sont collés à la nacelle pour garantir une rigidité de l'ensemble du bateau.
Ce qui veut dire que ce sont des bateaux qui sont très robustes.
Oui, nos bateaux sont fabriqués pour pouvoir naviguer dans toutes les mers du monde et pour une catégorie A de navigation.
Qu'est-ce que signifie la catégorie A?
La catégorie A signifie de pouvoir naviguer dans tous les océans et quelles que soient les conditions.
Est-ce que vous-même, vous avez testé le Tanna 47 ?
Effectivement, oui. On profite souvent à l'occasion de salons de pouvoir convoyer les bateaux. Donc le Tanna 47, j'ai pu le convoyer de La Rochelle jusqu'à Lisbonne. Le bateau partant pour le salon de Cannes. Et je me souviens parfaitement, puisque au départ de La Rochelle, nous avions des conditions de vent jusqu'à 30 nœuds dans le golfe de Gascogne, avant de pouvoir naviguer plus tranquillement le long des côtes portugaises.
Bon, c'est parfait. Merci beaucoup pour toutes ces précisions. Et à bientôt.
Merci, au revoir.
To sum it all, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Well, yes, I'd like to emphasize that the Tanna 47 is an easy boat to handle and very well adapted to the different programs and crews. And so, this is definitely a blue water cruising catamaran.
Thank you. That's very clear. And I think the audience would also like to hear about where they can see and visit the Tanna 47.
You can see and visit the Tanna 47 in our different boat show, for example, at the Hong Kong boat show, at the Miami boat show, and currently in Marseille. So to visit the boat, please go on our website and you can book a visit with our dealers.
Great, thank you very much. You got it. The Tanna 47 is a true blue water cruising catamaran made by sailors. That's very important, for sailors. Thank you very much.
Thank you.